Hey, it's Francis Mills here coming to you live. As everybody knows, today I have a voice and I'm always going to speak at what's on my mind because there is nothing wrong about that. It is my voice, my life, my understanding, my knowledge, my experience, what I have experienced things in life and with people that I don't associate with. And I am a victim of domestic violence and I want to help other women out there. So, first of all, I'd like to thank my Heavenly Father to give me this voice, to give me the strength to rise and shine. And I am a proud Torres Strait Islander, island woman or Oman. And I know that things that women go through, it's not easy when you're in a relationship, really horrible domestic violence relationship. And I feel for every woman out there that's going through it right now as I speak. So there is 3 things I really dislike. Number 1 is that carry on, gossip and twisted talk. Number 2 is that lateral violence. Number 3 is that lying. And it's not good for us. And I know that I have actually seen myself when I was married. I had to go through them 3 things that I really dislike. So, this topic I want to talk about is domestic violence and what domestic violence means to me or means to anybody out there. I'm going to share this. Today I actually saw a video of this young woman got bashed up by 2 other women and a man. I tell ya, when I saw that, I cried my head out. I felt really sick and it became a flashback. When I saw that man, that Oman right in the corner, you know. And then I can listen, a little child, you know, and I can listen someone say, oh, it's okay. But watching that, how brutal and scary to watch that on a video was put out on Facebook. And I know a lot of people, you know, belongs to that person, you know, saw that. But for me as a victim of domestic violence, I cannot accept something like that. So if you're going to put it out there, I will make a comment because that's not a way to be so physically bash someone. And this day you got law. Government may not take domestic violence really seriously. So when I saw that as an elder, it really affect me. I felt really sick today. I was crying my head out. And it brings back so much bad memories. But looking and watching that, because this person was a friend on my friend list, you know, but as soon as I would look, I couldn't watch it. Because it just got to me. And I was the only one that made comment. A comment that I've actually made was something that there is way to solve whatever, happened or been said. You can have a mediation to solve that. Or parties come together, Garin, and sit down and talk about it. And, if someone said something, inappropriately, or it's not good towards, others or children, there's way to deal with that. It doesn't have to be violent. But this is 3 people attacked 1 woman. And I actually I was the only one that made a comment. And it's out there, and we're allowed to make comment. So I did. And I actually said, it can be solved, having a mediation. And I felt sorry. Why can't people ring up police? And I did say, these people need to go to jail. I know if the judge actually see that video of what took place, wherever it was, and what they did to that young woman, I don't think he's going to accept that sort of violent or that sort of behavior. And for that man to raise a hand, I tell you, I couldn't believe it. I can just picture my husband doing that to me in the corner. My body be run cold. But I know there's some of my families actually are on my friend list, a friend, with this other person that actually put that video up. And she tried to call me and call me a slut, or you dumb slut. But I'm not going to worry about them kind people go say something to me, swear at me, because you really don't know my lifestyle. You don't know what I've been through as a victim of domestic violence. And for you to explain to me, there are your daughters, and wherever that young woman that actually said things about your grannies, I'm so sorry, but I don't know. But as a victim, she's a victim. And I have I got soft heart towards that woman. I feel for that young woman. I mean, I don't care what she said. If we can deal with it different way, for sit down and talk about it, come together and try and have a closure and apologize, and don't go say things like again about all my pets. Now just remember this. I grandmother too. I got all girl picking, I got all grannies. But don't go and try and ring me and try and explain yourself and go and swear at me, because you don't know my lifestyle. You don't know how I live. You haven't even seen me, and you go call me names? No. Sister, listen here. I do not swear at you. I do not want to know your lifestyle. But when it comes to violence, you put it out there, and I made a comment, a very concerned comment, because I felt and I know what it feels like to get bashed up by my husbands. But these were 3 people attacking 1 woman. And somebody will video that, and I can listen to a little child like, come on, this is not right. This is not the way. We have to be very careful. For people to do that and attack someone out in the public. You don't pull someone out in that poor lady can't even defend herself, and she's on the ground, and you're gonna kick her. You just imagine if the judge see that video. or anybody that would have common sense, that know what domestic violence, it's not on. And domestic violence, when you hear something or you see something, it's everybody's business. There you see the lateral violence. Not take a side for wrong. This was very concerned when whoever you be put that up and think it's okay. It's not okay. Believe me, it is not okay. You've actually affected women like me. And I feel for that woman that got bashed up. I think of it, I don't even know that young woman. But seeing that man putting a hand on her and hit her, who does that? And strip her clothes like, this is not on. And don't try and tell me I'm at the paper talk. No. I'm not be at the paper talk. I really don't care what been said, what took place, but there is way of handling this without violent. I was concerned. It was out there, and I was the only one made a comment, because why? I am a victim of domestic violence. And I don't like this lateral violence, so people take side or take a blind eye. There is few people on my friend list must have saw that, but nobody said nothing. Then what you did, you went and removed yourself from my page. I've done nothing wrong to you. I be know you from when you be small girl, you be grown up. And you go swear at me, call me a slut. You dumb slut. Nah. Before you're gonna say that to me, must look at yourself first. Look you behind, look at you, look yourself in the mirror before you go run a woman that's been through domestic violence and a victim. What happened? That video, you shouldn't have put that video up. You have affected not only me, but maybe some other people. But women like me naga voice, they play naga voice or can't talk. It was devastating. I got temperature. I was sick. I fell on the floor crying like a little kid. Even now I'm talking, I think about that young woman. I go, where is she? How is she? Is she safe? It's everybody's business when it comes to domestic violence. Something could have happened really bad to her. See, people like that really don't understand. Domestic violence, you mean a big thing now. Government take this really seriously. And when people like us going to see something like that, it's going to affect us. It's traumatized. And that young woman now, she's a victim of domestic violence. And I feel for her. I don't expect wherever you are to think you can just try and ring me and explain yourself to me, or you're going to abuse me on the phone, not you swear at me, call me names. Do I retaliate? No, because I'm more better than that. I got more sense. So, just remember this, people. When there is problem with family or somebody say something, not gain up, double bank somebody, front with public, because it makes it look bad for us or Leyland people. out in the public. This really needs to stop. I am very concerned when it comes to domestic violence and violence around our people, our young people. And when there is 3 against 1, that shouldn't happen at all. There is way to solve things like that. You don't take it into your own hands and think you can go flog that woman, kick that woman, pull them hair, punch them, go with face. This is so wrong. So I'm going to say this. You just imagine if the judge see that video. Domestic violence. It's everybody's business. And people shouldn't go take side for wrongdoing because I'll fight. No. That fighting is wrong. That is my concern. Fighting, violent is wrong. You can deal what will be happen or what been said in a different way. But don't ever raise a hand on somebody. There is law, and people need to be accountable for their actions. I know that young woman will be traumatized. She couldn't escape in that little corner because they're 3 against 1. So I'm going to say here, please, when you look something them kind, ring a policeman, no kasa wasem, and let someone get hurt. That young woman could have got hurt really, really badly. So all I'm going to say is, never take something in your hands and hit somebody and think like violence is okay. It's not okay. That really needs to stop. Because it's really, really affecting me. Because I know what it feels like. And I know that young woman would be feeling really, really down and stressed and fear and scared. It might go look okay from the outside, but the inner part blame. Because this wasn't just one person. And when someone on the ground, you don't go try kick that person. You go, who does that? I don't know how them people there with Facebook, how they want to look that video. It might be okay for you, they're the lateral violence, you take a side, or you turn, you back. But you watch it and nobody made a comment. Like saying, this is wrong. Well, I did. And I am not ashamed or I'm not guilty for my comment, what I have actually put down. Because domestic violence, it's not on. It's everybody's business. God would mean to put your foot down. So all I'm going to say is, I feel for the young woman, wherever you are. God, I don't even know you, but I feel for you. I hope one day I get to see you, and I hope your parents, and your family are okay, you have that support. you know, your families, mom and dad. And I just hope that you're safe, okay? That's all I want to talk about, but please, domestic violence is not on. And you put it out there, wherever that put it out there. I made a comment that is improper. And I am not going to turn my back watching that and think it's okay and move on. I actually was very shocking. I was hurt. I was crying. I was shaking. I fell on the floor crying my head out for that young woman, and knowing that what it feels like to get bashed up. But me, I got bashed up by my husband's, and I know what it feels like when you get someone in the corner. So I just want to say, you know, wherever you are, I hope you well. Yes, and take care. So that's all I wanted to say. But please, you know, everyone, be aware, be alert. You know, don't just watch things like that without even, you know, reaching out and stop them kind of people. You know, when you see violent videos, that it's not right, you know, because it does affect victims, you know, who went through domestic violence. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. And yeah, it is what it is.